Well, welcome everybody to Tuesday at 7. We are here today with Ellyn, and you're not seeing her face nor my face yet, but you're seeing some work. Well, one piece from a multiple series. Yeah, tell us about this.
This is Trust in Me. This is the second piece of my 4-part series of angels. They're based on the angels from Genesis kind of coming into their human form. I really am a big fan of biblically accurate angels, which are the eyes, the wings, just this massive meh. And I wanted to bring that into more of a human realm of like, what would they look like as they're coming to tell us these prophecies?
Yeah. Now, I think I saw this piece up on the walls of a recent show. Yeah, tell us about that.
That was at Creative Space Avon, where Judy invited me back in December. Yeah. And that was my third show there. So. And
thank you, Judy, for the introduction as well, because man, what a great run Creative Space Avon had. Yeah. And Judy has been bringing artists together for not just years, but well over what is it?
A decade? At least a decade.
Thank you, Judy, for that. But I'm interested in exploring not only your work. We're going to talk and hang with us. We're going to talk a little bit about jumping off the cliff and grabbing space, like you have down here at the Screw Factory.
Yeah.
And then we'll encourage you guys to ask questions. But when we start off, if you've never joined us here on Tuesday 7, we are just a Facebook community. We press the live button, we show people's work. But the best thing that you can do for us, and the best thing you can do for Ellyn, is hit that share button.
Yes.
Because that share button just allows her story to reach a larger audience. But when you hit that share button, in the very bottom left-hand side of your screen, when you hit that, we know it. And we're not just asking you for absolutely nothing, although thank you for your generosity, but we draw names.
Yeah.
And next week, if you share and your name is drawn next week, there's going to be a giveaway.
Yeah.
We'll show that in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's show that now.
Yeah. Let's show it now.
Let's right up. So if your name is drawn,
let's hold it up the right way. So you'll get a mystery sticker pack. This has 3 of my stickers that I've drawn, and then a print as well. So of one of my paintings.
There you go. But let me do a couple things here, and just maybe for a date stamp, it is the end of July 2025, because people could be watching this in a decade from now, and they're like, when was that? Exactly. July 2025. 2 weeks ago, we were down at Negative Space, another great, gallery. Gotti has been so gracious, but we had a chance to meet with Linda Dempsey, and she is a wood sculptor who also incorporates clay into the pieces, and there were 4,000 people that watched that. So thank you all for your share. But you know what? Let me grab this hat, because if you shared that work, your name's in this hat. And go ahead and let's choose a winner here. And if your name is chosen, we're going to be sending you some 2 or 3 things from Tuesday at 7.
Elena Roswell or Rosewell.
That's my chicken scratches. Elena, thank you. She has not won yet, but thank you for your share. Thank you, everybody, for your shares, too, because that's really what got the story out. But let's jump in. My inquiring mind wants to know, and that is, I had some good advice from an artist years ago, and I took it to heart. And that advice was, when you work on a piece, never do just one. You learn inside of a series. Yeah. So these angels, you say, are part of a series. So tell us why a series, and as we kind of look back at these 3 pieces, and tell us about them.
So I could not decide on a singular pose, which is what really kicked off the series. The piece that will probably be shown next, which is called Be Not Afraid. It's with reddish orange wings. She was the first of the series, so I like saying she's the eldest.
Okay.
And so that piece is really what I drew first. And then Trust in Me, the green one, followed quickly behind. And then after that, Listen, which has these beautiful gray wings, and she's the favorite child at the moment. I do have a 4th one in place, currently being worked on. and it is the death. Like, she's down in hell. She'll be skeletal. She's the rejected sister. So, yeah.
Well, and the fact that you go back to Genesis, biblical references for the inspiration here is great. But I mean, there's fallen angels too, and so in terms of creating that fourth piece,
well, I gotta bring the morgue into it.
You bring the morgue into it, and listen, tell us about that. So I actually tagged, but your Instagram channel. So if you are, most folks are on Instagram as well, but Forbidden Morgue.
Forbidden Morgue, or Forbidden_Morgue, if you want to find me. I love death, and I find I find beauty in death. And I want to bring that beauty forward. But also, I like a bit of the fantasy, which brings in that forbiddenness. It's like the fantasy that we're not allowed to see. And so I want to bring that forward.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more. Meaning this, okay? So no, I absolutely love it, and that's why I want to explore a little bit more. So, beauty in death, right? Is it the mortality? Is it our defined time in this world? Because as I'm saying, Forbidden Morgue, I'm seeing angels, which is life beyond death. Is that all like intertwined in your inspirations?
A bit. It's a lot has to deal with mortality, because we are only here for maybe just over 100 years if we're very lucky, or unlucky, depending on who you ask. But also, it is that finite, but the soul continues on. Whether it's Buddhism reincarnation, or you're moving on to heaven or to hell, the soul lives on, and there's just that beauty there. And the humanity is very limited time. So we only have really this one life to explore and have fun.
And that's I think that being artists, right? We explore that having fun. We also know that our time is defined. And so I think, I love when I meet with artists who are they're always creating, because they're like, what am I going to do? I mean, I've got a defined amount of time. I've got to leave a story and leave some footprints down there so people know where I traveled.
Exactly.
We had mentioned it before, we are at the Screw Factory, Loss.
Yes.
How long have you been down here? So is this Lakewood?
This is indeed Lakewood.
Okay.
It's right off of Madison Park. Okay. So Athens Avenue. I've been here since 2023. My friend Sam Francasio, I probably misspelled or mispronounced his name, but he's my next door neighbor. He helped me get this space because I knew a friend of his, and he put us in contact, and I got in contact with Melissa, who was in the office, and the rest was history.
Tell us about that, because we have a lot of artists who will be watching this, over the next several weeks, and beyond that, who are they've got a studio space, or maybe they pull out an easel or a drawing board, or they sculpt on a kitchen table. But there's a leap of faith to saying, I'm going from this space to a formal space. Yeah. Tell us about what that was for you.
For me, I was painting in my bedroom. Okay. I have 3 cats, and one cat took a tumble onto my white oil paint, which found out oil gets oil paint out of fur, which is a great thing to know. But after that, I was like, okay, I need to find my own space. Yeah. And I just happened to meet up with this mutual artist friend and told him my woes. And that's how I got in. But also, there was a lot of footwork that I needed to do of actually talking to leasing myself. It wasn't just someone. So
you shared with me before we went live that your first space down here at the Screw Factory was smaller than this space.
Yes.
So when there was a growth, so you had a smaller space.
I had a smaller space.
And you grew into a larger space, which is great evolution.
Yes.
If you had to do over, would you do the same? Start in a smaller space and kind of grow into the larger one?
Yes. Because the smaller space gets you used to being in your own space. You're not dealing with the home life of either other people. If you live with roommates, you're not dealing with them coming through and barging and asking questions, which was my mother. I love her to pieces. But also, it gets you used to being in your own space, and you have a limited amount of space.
Yeah.
So you have to finish your work in order to make more space on the wall to dry things. So
Good point.
yeah.
I don't remember where it was that I read it. It may have been, correct me if I'm wrong out there, it may have been Stephen King's book called On Writing. He wrote a book about writing. And I think in there he talked about the importance of having a defined space that has a door that you can close so you can kind of shut out your, as you cross that threshold, you can shut out whatever else you bring in and you can focus on your writing. Is that the same? Do you close the door? Or
I close my door.
You create in a social space? You like have people come in and paint, or you like, boom, click in? And,
I do both.
Okay.
One thing is I will have my friend. He is very gracious to come and help me out. And if I do an open studio, he will be at the counter ready to help anyone. And I will be there painting, because I know people like to see artists working, doing the things that they're going to see finished later on. It's really cool to watch. But also I do close off the doors and kick Steve out. Love him to pieces. But yeah, my old studio had a window, and every time someone walked by, I would be like, oh, this room has no windows. So it is a void, and I love it.
And with a name like Forbidden Moor, you may want to close the door, dim down the lights, so you've got some mood lighting also.
Yes.
And I know everybody wants to look at your work, and we're going to do that here in just a couple of minutes. But the environment. Do you dim the lights? Do you turn on the music? Like, what's your process? Or is your process like pure silence?
Oh, I couldn't. Like on a rare occasion when I need to like calm down, I will do silence. But for the most part, I'm blasting music, or I'm watching one of my movies that I've like hyperfixated on since I was a kid, like Lord of the Rings or Dark Crystal. And then for like when I'm doing digital art, I do dim the lights because there's already a lot of brightness happening. I gotta tone it down. Yeah.
Well, we encourage you guys, first of all, to share. If your name is drawn next week, you'll have an opportunity to win. Yes. Right? And stickers are so... I put stickers in everything. Yeah. Including Tues 7 stickers. But we encourage you guys to ask questions. Yeah. And we have Craig behind the camera, so he can kind of toss out those comments here and questions. And if you're watching the recorded session, feel free to ask questions too, because we're all connected to that. And we can get back to that certainly as long as Facebook keeps our live up. Yeah. Give us a little tour. Okay. Since we started with the angels, just give us a tour around your space. Okay.
Well, this is where I work on my digital art. I got a Huion tablet, and it's great. You know what? I'm not a digital artist. Okay. Is this all, do you work? Is it? It is a screened tablet, so I can just draw directly on here and see what I'm doing. Okay. I did start with a hand-eye coordinated. I wasn't sure if that, if you saw as you work, because that to me is. Yeah, this is what I graduated to. I did have a good old Wacom bamboo tablet to start off with in college, and then grew up into this. For those people who are maybe old school, like, I don't know, digital art feels the same as... Convince us. It's kind of the same, right? To me, it's very different, actually. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is its own beast, but I think it's rewarding at the end of the day, because there are things you can do on digital that you can't do on painting, like adding a layer of dodge and brightening and saturating those colors in a good way, or in a way. In a way. In a good way, probably, for the creator. Hopefully at the end, but that's objective. And it is its own beast. And I've had my struggles and still do every now and then, but I do with painting as well. Yeah. They're just different. Like one's in Arabic, one's in English. So, yeah.
I got a question here.
Yes.
Themos Politis. Question. Do you see this space more of a sacred space or more of like a job space or something in between?
Something in between, because being an artist is one of my jobs, but also I like hosting game nights here. So it is a little hangout escape from like my own house where I can have friends. Here at the Screw Factory, and I don't know
they invite the public in.
Mm-hmm.
Is it once a month or is it a couple times a month?
6 times a year.
6 times a year.
But also artists can have their own private open studios.
Okay.
I know Matt upstairs and Gina, they do open studios every now and then. But we'll always promote it on our Instagrams when we're going to open. So.
And an open studio, connect the dots for us. That means that you promote, and the folks that want to participate, they can come in, talk, watch you work, have a chance to buy your...
Yeah, come hang out. This past July 13th, I had an open studio to celebrate my birthday. I had a little...
Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I had some cake available in case anyone came, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Got another one from him. How do you decide if a piece is meant to be digital or real world?
As much of a cheap answer as this is, I go off the vibe. Some things I feel like blending, I love blending more on painting because oils I just fell in love with in college. Whereas like doing line art and things that require a steady hand, which I'm sadly not gifted with, I do tend to go more towards digital.
Great question, Gemma.
Yeah.
With your space, sometimes you're working from a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Your paintings.
Yes.
Like, where does that occur? Do you just kind of clear off and paint here?
Right behind Craig.
Oh,
that is where my easel is. So sometimes I'm sitting, sometimes I'm standing, and sometimes I lower the easel all the way to the floor.
Your work in progress. I don't want to show too much.
is that all right for us to show?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. This is one piece that I'm currently working on, and it's to kind of symbolize, like you're carrying everyone else's light, but who's carrying your own? So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great inspiration there. Oils. Is that oils? Because you talked about your cat getting into oils. Is that mainly what you use?
Yes.
Why oils?
I like how they blend.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy being able to go back in and fix things pretty fast if it's in the same layer. But also, I can paint over them once they're dry in a month. But
Yeah. There's so many different things that capture my eye, which is probably the intention. Maybe that's your vibe here as well. But like, let's go over here to these moss hangers.
Yes.
Because there's many things here, right? So somebody's like, if I want, a piece, they got a piece for really affordable. Hang it, up in their space or.
Yeah. For me, I like having both like the quality art, but also things that are accessible. I know the economy is not the best to any of us really at this time. But people like original art.
Yeah.
So I like being able to give that to them. Like have this option available to them. Like I even do these tiny 3x5 wood plaque paintings. They're all original.
Yeah.
And people love them.
Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of people start. They grab small. So
Yes.
I like to, maybe I don't have a big budget, but I've got some time where I can gift a piece that's perfect for a particular space in somebody's house or in their apartment, in their condo, and these are really great. And you call these smoke hangers?
Yes. So they're painted in a way of like it's not an actual skull; it's smoke forming a skull.
Yeah.
So I love the movement that smoke just has. I am a very big lover of incense, and incense smoke always is doing something interesting.
And I love the fact that the smoke, the imagery bends, down along the bottom and sometimes, up on the sides as well. Do you light incense when you paint work? Yeah, I'm a huge incense burner.
Yes.
Too. I think that, having the scent inspires me to create too.
Well, there's that, and I do love that aspect of incense. But also, at one of my shows, a patron had come through, looked, and just fell in love with the space, but wanted to look at the rest of the factory, which is fair. It's a very big factory.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they came back and they found my studio based on the incense.
So they followed their
nose back.
Yeah. I'm going to take a quick detour because I noticed on your profile picture here on Facebook that you're a musician, a harpist, and there's a harp here and there's a small one here.
Yes.
Take us there, and then we're going to come back and come back to some work.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you play because not everybody has such a great instrument.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I've been playing harp for 3 years. My teacher is down in Middleburg Heights. She's awesome. And I am a part of the Ohio Scottish Art School, and that's how I came into contact with Tiffany, and who's my teacher. And from there, we just developed a great friendship, and she convinced me to join a harp. So.
Do you think that creativity translates in multi-mediums, digital to music, to painting, to...
I definitely do believe that.
I agree.
Because sometimes, like, if I'm stuck art-wise, I'll go and play some music, and that will help me, like, get back on track and just help me relax.
Yeah. As you know, before we ask Craig to turn back around and continue our tour, we noticed you sporting some great. Yes. So I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming it's obviously original work.
Yes. So I did all the stud work and the safety pins on here, and then I also did the graveyard painting. The jacket was completely blank when I got it in London, and I just felt need to make it more punk.
I bet you get some looks and some inquiries.
I do.
Do you do jackets for folks? Have you done that? Yeah.
I haven't yet. No one's really commissioned me yet, but I'm more than happy to. Either if you purchase the jacket and I can customize it for you, or I find a jacket and you just paint it and have it for sale.
Yeah. There's something about wearable art that I think is really cool.
I just happen to have a black jacket like that.
Hey,
so.
hit me up.
I love that.
Yes, and I can do all the stud work for you too. That's not a problem.
I love London. I went there last year.
Yeah, I was there in May.
Yeah.
I
love England.
Amazing.
And we're coming up to fall season shortly. I mean, September is going to be here in just a handful of weeks, and so we'll see you coming when by wearing your artwork as well. Kind of paint.
That is acrylic paint.
Acrylic paint.
Yes, I don't know how to work in mediums to help make it not crack, but I think the crack also adds to it.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love it, and I haven't ever painted clothing, so
I do water down and then work up the opaque.
Yeah.
The thickness.
Yeah.
So the final layer is like the very thick layer to finalize it.
Yeah. That's just beautiful work.
Thank you.
All right.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. To take us, let's move.
There's a lot to look at.
Actually, take us here, and so we see some of your moss paintings.
Yes.
Some things, maybe your work, maybe inspirations. Tell us a little bit about this wall.
So this is my inspiration wall. It continues on to bookshelves on the other side. This is a mixture of both like a few pieces of my work, artists that I truly love and adore, like my friends that are here in the factory or at other shows that I've been to. And then some stuff is like dark academia prints from Amazon. But they're things that inspire me and that I love to look at just when I just need to vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you paint these walls?
I did paint these walls.
I mean, there's something magical even about your color choice.
Yes. I'm a big fan of dark green. Is always been a calming color to me. So just being in this space with that green and gray walls, because I cannot do a white wall. It's very harmful to my brain for some reason.
No, that's good to know. And you've got I got
my black corner.
You got your black corner here as well.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you have, the inspiration wall, because, you may be sitting here and and having that close by, just, kind of creating that space is such an important thing for me too.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about some of these paintings. We're going to kind of move around. We'll talk a little about your dark corner, because I think it's important to have a social space where people can sit down and talk. And so take us here first.
So the piece Corrupted Spring, I started that sketch just, again, going off the vibe. That is very much my art. It's like I follow a thought or a feeling or a song and I just go. This was actually sketched on a train on the way to Seoul, Korea, because I spent 6 months there, and just whipped out a fully finished sketch. And I was like, I really want to paint this. And it's kind of this transformed into spring being corrupted by this black ooze. So.
And then, a lot of smaller canvases, and that's, there is something to be said about small pieces.
Yes.
And we talked about that a little bit before. Is people don't have to break the bank to own an original piece of artwork by Ellyn, but I think it's the start of a collector's journey.
Yes.
Some people walk in and go, I've got 5 bills or whatever to drop on a larger piece. Yeah. But I think a lot of times they're like, I'm going to walk in here because this piece speaks to me, or this piece speaks to me, and they hang it on the wall and they're like, I need to have another piece. Yeah. I need another one from Ellyn. And so they come back and continue to add. Yeah.
And these 2 red skull pieces, that was basically me having fun with, one, getting used to painting skull tones in oil paint, and then also playing around with gold foil, which is a beast in and of itself, and is always fun on top of oil when you're using a water-based sealant. So, but they are staying, which is nice.
Just to the left of these red paintings are some small canvases, some more smoke skulls.
Yeah, they're in a different format than the hangers, because I wanted to give the metallic paint a time to shine with giving that black, inky smoke.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, your dark corner.
Yes.
Let's tell us about this, because this is actually, this is a social space, right?
Yes.
So people come in.
Yes.
They might grab a cup, sit down.
Yeah.
And tell us about the invitation to talk, to inspire.
A place to converse with people. Like this little coffee table is where I had the cake on July 13th, and if some people they need a break just because walking around is a lot, they have a place to sit, because there's not a lot of places to sit in the screw factory, which is sad but also understandable. It's tight hallways. Yeah. But yeah, it gives them a moment to breathe, but also to converse. Yeah. And so I like talking to people and picking up conversations, even if they don't want to. But yeah, it's just a nice calm spot that if I need to take a break, I can just come over, lay down, turn off the lights, have the fun Edison bulbs going, and just relax.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that one of the things that captures my attention, and I certainly see it occur, I think, with artists that sell their work, right? And that is the backstory. You're like, so we have a painting, and sometimes that backstory, and sometimes hearing it from the artist's mouth, sells a piece.
Yes.
Because your story behind the painting, I think inspires people to purchase and dig deeper into that.
Yeah, I actually had an instance of that happen at Creative Space Avon. My piece of I did this 1,000 times, which it was a painting based off the Radium Girls. And as I was explaining to one of the patrons there, she's like, I need to have this because I just read that book. And it was just so magical to see that connection happening in her eyes.
Yeah. As we're kind of rounding third, we had the chance to take a look at your Angel series. We had to take a chance to talk about some inspirations, different mediums. We've explored some and I like this smoke paintings. Really, really nice. The social part, the backstory. Talked a little bit about your instruments. Where do people find your work? Is it Instagram?
Instagram is the
Yeah.
best place to find my work. That is pretty much the only social media I have for my art that I keep updated when I update. I also have a website, forbiddenmorgue.com. And that is where I will post like recent events that I have upcoming. So as I get into events, I will update it as soon as possible. So it's always up to date if you ever want to come to a show or come here. And then if you ever want to visit here, like shoot me an email because I don't really have hours set just yet. Yeah. But yeah.
Can people buy from your website if they're like, oh, I fell in love with this? Or is it just, get in contact, DM you?
DM me, contact me. I sadly don't have an online store just yet because shipping eludes me. I don't know why. But I will find help soon to open that up.
Yeah. For those of you who were not with us at the very beginning, this is the end of July 2025. We're with Ellyn. We're here down at the Forbidden Morgue, which is down here at the Screw Factory, which is in Lakewood, Ohio. And thank you, Judy, for connecting us because we connected at the at Creative Space Avon.
Yes.
And your pieces were up, and we were able to kind of talk through there. Tell us about community.
Community is very important as an artist because when I was really just starting out, I didn't know anyone here. Yeah. I didn't know really any other artists in the area until I got into the building. So once a show opened, I actually went around and met all the artists. I wasn't open, so I was like, I'm just going to creep. And I met so many people, and they've both suggested shows. Hey, check out this show, or check out this one. Or, hey, I'm having my own. I would like you to be a part of it. Or you suggest things to them. Like the networking that happens the moment you start talking to these other artists is amazing. And they're now great friends of mine. So.
And it's always important because as we're connecting with our community and your pieces leave the studio and they go to other galleries and stuff. And so your work starts to move as a result of those networks. Yes. What advice might you give somebody who is working in the bedroom, and they got cats running around and they're painting and they're like, what advice might you have for somebody who's like, I want to take the next step. I just have nowhere to even begin.
Either see about joining a group on Facebook or a coffee shop group. See if you can find another artist that can either, one, help you get into a space or even give you tips and tricks that help you focus at home. One thing I've said, even though I do have my own space, when I was working at home, I made the space my own of I would just make an art studio space. And that was the space that I could only be in to do art. And nothing could, not even dirty clothes could go into that space because you have to keep that divide. Yeah. So otherwise, messy mind is not going to help.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your advice. Thank you for inspiring us by allowing our community in. I mean, we walked right through the door like we were, visiting you in person. Yeah. And guys, we appreciate you joining us here as well. Remember, at the very bottom left-hand side is a share button. It's an arrow. When you share, we know it. And then next week, we're going to draw names. And if your name is drawn, you get a small sticker pack. Yeah. And a small print as well, which we'll mail to you. But thank you, Ellyn, for joining us. Craig, thank you for keeping an eye on the camera. And guys, we appreciate Demo. Thank you for your comments. And we encourage folks there as well. Feel free to jump in. We'll put a couple websites in here as well. Yeah. But thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week.